Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we are finishing up my series on Piccolo just dominating the God event. So this is part 4, so this is the last 3 stages. So, 10, 11, and 12 are the stages we're doing here. So, first stage here is against, what is this guy's name, Rumshi or something like that. Once again, most of these bosses is just like, I don't remember what to do, but Piccolo is probably going to be able to handle it. None of these bosses negate dodging, so Pan is good here totally in all of these events. It's just as long as her RNG is good and she actually dodges for me like I want her to, right? So yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes, but it's kind of like business as usual here. We take our Piccolo team and we put the stomp down. So this guy here, Rumshi, he actually can stun you. So that's one thing, is if he's attacking right away in slot 1, you got to be careful who you put there. You might not want to put your best damage dealer there, because if they get stunned out, that could be really bad, right? So that's a situation where, you know, you could almost put Pan in slot 1 and hope she dodges it or something like that. Or you might have to put your, you know, if Piccolo is your best defensive character, you might have to put him there anyways. But once again, since this is a little bit of an older event, you know, you can get away with playing characters that are maybe less defensively viable, right? So I think I'm setting this up to be my Gamma rotation. So we're going to leave Gamma 2 on rotation. I'm going to float Piccolo, because I think I had STR Piccolo on the other rotation. Get Gogeta some action. I've been definitely liking having Gogeta as a part of this team. I'm kind of using him in like a floating role. But if you want to run him on rotation, he's definitely good enough. He puts in some work, right? It's just for this particular team build, I just don't have room to have him on rotation, because it's like I want a Piccolo rotation and a Gamma rotation, right? And like those are just top tier rotations. I think the way you'd run this if you want Gogeta on rotation is you'd have to put like Tech God Goku on the team to link with them, and then you would just float the Gammas, right? And you definitely could do that. That's definitely a viable strat. It might depend on the event and what you're trying to do, right? And yeah, Gogeta, like even early in the fight, like 6 mil, like that's solid. He definitely gets crazy after transforming, though. I don't know if he's going to get the transform in this fight. Our boy Rumshi's taking on some damage. And getting the additional there at 6 mil, we can see his health bar start to melt away pretty quick. Because you have to remember, when the God event released, that was 6-year anniversary. Back then, like a 6 mil attack stat, that was like an, oh my god, crazy top tier attack stat. Now we got our boy Orange Piccolo here, who can put up like 19 mils. You know, like crazy high attack stats. You can see he's melting away pretty quick. We already got him over halfway dead. Which is fine, because we got 3 fights to go through in this video, right? Oh yeah, Rumshi also does group attacks, but they're not lethal like Moscow. Moscow's is more like an AoE super attack. Rumshi's are just AoE normals. Like, they don't really hurt you, so I don't really find this fight to be a threat. Even back then, I don't think it was really a threat, right? Now, the exciting news we can kind of chat about in this video, well, we're kind of watching Orange Piccolo dominate here with a 10 mil, not nearly built up attack stat, is we did get a second teaser for the 8th anniversary, and this video is going to go out probably a couple days after I'm recording it here, so there could be another teaser trailer, but right now we've gotten 2 trailers. So we've gotten the GT trailer, and now we just got a Buu Saga trailer. And so people are thinking that it's probably like a Spirit Bomb versus Kid Buu and a Spirit Bomb versus Shenron type of theme. So the theme could be like, legitimately could just be Battle of Fate as the theme. Or it could be Spirit Bomb. It could be literally like half GT, half Buu Saga. I think any of those are totally viable. So right now I'm thinking, I'm leaning that like it's going to be the theme of like these big Spirit Bombs that are like basically ending the series, right? Like it's the end of Z, like the true last final boss of Dragon Ball Z and the true final last boss of Dragon Ball GT. So to me, that's kind of like what the theme is. Now, if the theme is like the last boss of a series, like could Jiren be in there, right? Because Jiren, like, could they do a part that's like a little Universal Survival Saga spin, and we get like the Goku Frieza versus Jiren type thing, or UI Goku versus Jiren? Definitely possible, right? They, you know, and it's been a little bit since we've had Universal Survival Saga, but yeah, definitely right now I could see the whole thing. There's enough like for Buu Saga and GT that they can easily fill out a whole celebration. So I'm not worried about that if that's what they decide. I think I'm fine with that. And I think people that were like maybe upset that it was all going to be GT, I think would be more happy with this too. Just having 2 like themes to spread around. And Buu Saga just has so much. And Buu Saga, is actually getting pretty dated. Like, it used to be that Busaga was the de facto best team in the game, but they've definitely fallen on hard times. By the way, that first fight, no problem. The next fight, though, is going to be, I think, probably the hardest fight of all the God events. So this is Belmont, and this is the Universe 11 Clown guy. So we're going to take him on, and I'm pretty sure he actually gets some damage in on us here. He's not like he's not a pushover. And I think there's a reason why this guy was known as like the hardest boss in the game for a while. So we'll see how Piccolo does here. But yeah, with Busaga coming, I'm just excited for the potential easy A's. There's a ton of like really interesting units that could easy A. I'm thinking the main 2 easy A's for sure, like the ones that have the highest chance of getting in, would have to be Physical Super Vegito and then STR Transforming Super Buu. Like those 2 to me are like locks. And then if they wanted to parallel like the Part EX of last year where they did the LR Super Saiyan 4s like super unexpectedly, could be STR Vegito and Physical Buuhan, which seems crazy. They don't seem that old, but they're they're a couple years old. They definitely could get it, right? So that would be, they would be absolutely insane if they did. So we'll have to wait and see. But kind of exciting there, right? Potentially thinking about it. Probably one of my, so like for me, just in general, one of my favorite parts about a celebration are the easy A's. Because I've got, alright, well let's see what we take here. So yeah, Gogeta didn't dodge. We took 500k. Luckily we're in the 200% era and we've got 600k HP. But yeah, during the 6-year anniversary, like you can't live that. Like you're just dead, right? So we just got unlucky and Gogeta didn't dodge there. What can you do? But here's the thing, we can showcase how this team can heal up very well, right? So Gamma 1 getting a little bit. Piccolo's not able to get as many as I'd like, but even 2 tech orbs there give us a little chunk, right? We do have a nice little stack of AGL orbs, so hopefully Gogeta can get us some healing. But if we can get like a fat stack of tech orbs with like a built-up Piccolo, like Piccolo can just flat out full heal you. Like, when he's on turn 3 with like 1 mil starter turn defense, he only needs to get like 3 or 4 orbs and you're like full healed. So for those of you unfamiliar with how that mechanic works, you heal based on your defense. It scales off of your defense stat. And you grab the same color orbs with the character and then you heal scaled off their defense. So these really, and that's part of what makes Orange Piccolo so good. It's not just that like he's offensively good and defensively good, but the fact that he's so defensively good allows you to actually heal yourself very quickly. It just makes the team very resilient. I've been in many hard fights, like red zone fights, where I get like near death and the team can just heal back up. And we've seen it in some of these God event runs, because these God event characters can still hit hard, right? We can still get tagged. Right here, this is death, but Gamma 2, we would have died there. We only had 183k HP. And I don't know, and I've said this in other videos, these Gammas nullify for me all the freaking time. Like, I've gotten so many nullifications with them, and I don't pay attention to what the super attacks are that the bosses are doing. I just bring the Gammas because they're good, and they nullify for me. So, if you've been keeping up with my showcases, you've seen these Gammas nullify a lot of stuff. And it's, that's part of what makes Gamma 2, like, so freaking good. Here we get some start of turn healing just right off the bat. Unfortunately, we don't have many tech orbs here, but we got a nice little STR and AGL pocket. So, what I'm thinking is I have to debate here, right? Because, like, I decided to grab the AGL ones for Orange Piccolo to give him the stronger attack, and then heal with STR Piccolo. And this is wise, because Belmont's only got 2 health bars. So I'm like, yeah, let's just let Orange Piccolo here just wipe him out. And just finish him off with a big attack set since he's so low on health. So I believe this does finish. Yeah, we got a 10 mil crit. He's out of here, right? So there's Belmont, but we had a scary moment, right? Like, we took a 500k shot very early in that fight. Still came through. And here's the thing. This is the first 11 stages. If you watch my other videos, these were all first attempts. Like, I did not die once on this. I did not use any items. Piccolo just makes this a cakewalk. And you can see the enemies hit hard enough that they still can kill you. And we've gotten through. It's obviously just an RNG game, but it's fun. So last phase against, I believe this is Gene or Genie. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but he's actually, it's kind of very anticlimactic that, like, you finally get to the last stage and it's like, oh, he's actually not that hard, right? And look at Orange Piccolo. This gets exciting because Orange Piccolo, the friend one in slot 1, he's gonna get fully built up on turn 1. So he's in a situation where he can put up really fat numbers on his next turn because he's still going to have his start of turn buff that he gets for 3 turns, right? So we'll see what happens here because I think he's got type disadvantage too. So yeah, I mean the crit still did a lot of damage, but yeah, you know these bosses have a lot of HP, so we know we're guaranteed to at least get a few turns in. So I think that friend Piccolo, I remembered when I recorded this, I'm like, ooh, that friend Piccolo is gonna be hitting a nasty number. I don't know if he's rainbowed or not. I didn't pay attention to that. But yeah, this team is just so cohesive, and you've seen in these videos too. Even when I start off with like a bad rotation, like it doesn't matter. Because the thing with the Gammas is if they get split up, it's like, all right, I still got key and attack defense support units floating around that still do good damage and build up and all that stuff, right? And then like every unit in here is capable of handling their own, whether they're linked well or not. That's what's really good. Like Pan, all you need her to do is dodge, right? Gogeta, you just need him to dodge. Now he's less consistent before he transforms, but they all in like Gamma 2, without linking, he still was popping out, what, like a 6 mil attack stat without building up, and he builds his way up from there. And then when he's linked up, he's doing like 10, 11, 12 mil attack stats. Like, I don't know. This team is awesome. There's a reason it's my favorite team. There's a reason I've been doing so many videos of this team here. For those that didn't get the Gammas, hope they come back soon. I know a lot of people have been asking for them, want them to come back. Really can't predict when they'll come back. My only thought would be that at the soonest on Global, it would probably have to be like Saiyan Day or Golden Week. Something like that is probably going to be. Because on Global, our schedule is kind of set for a while, right? Like we need to get Dokkan Fest Kid Goku and we have to get Dokkan Fest Bardock, right? So we've got to get through those 2 celebrations. And by the time we get through those 2, it's already going to be kind of approaching springtime. And then we're going to be talking about Goku Day and all that stuff, right? So, and Golden Week and all that stuff. There could be something else. I mean, I would imagine there's got to be something else in between. Maybe they'll throw a global first status or something, but I don't know. I think the global's earliest chance is like waiting for like hopefully like a joint celebration for like Golden Week or something. That's kind of when I'm pinpointing. Now here's the thing: if you know the anniversary is about to pop on JP, right? If we see the Gammas on those banners, that means Global's not going to get them till July. Because I cannot imagine them putting the Gammas out any earlier than that, and then bringing them back again for July, right? So anyways, here we get to the friend turn. Now I decide to orange Piccolo here right away. I probably, to make this video faster, could have just normal attack with Piccolo, and if he had crit, Gene probably would have been out of here. Because this is one of those turns where Piccolo would have been putting up like a 20 mil attack stat. Here's the thing though, Gene just hit us for like 780k, so like, you can see he's got some power behind his attacks. He's not a pushover, it's just this team was very good defensively, and we didn't really get tagged with the wrong unit, right? The same thing against Belmont. Like, if Belmont hadn't supered Gogeta, if he had supered, say, Orange Piccolo, like, that fight would have seemed harmless. So when you see some of these fights and you think, oh, well, it's just really easy, it's actually not as easy as it looks. This team makes it look easy. Because, like, a brand new player cannot walk into the God event and then beat them, right? Now, if you're a brand new player and you pulled Orange Piccolo, you probably could get carried. Like, if you had a 55% Orange Piccolo and a friend one, and you had enough units to scrape together a decent team, a new player probably could get through this God event no problem. It just depends on what characters you have, right? But we're about to wrap it up here. I do think he does survive the Orange Piccolo because he's got type advantage, right? That's why, like, crits are so important, because Orange Piccolo, like, one is if you're type disadvantage, you want to be able to pierce through that with crits, and then he does proc a lot of additional normals, and you see, like, that crit there for 2 mil, like, that was good damage, right? And then the normals, like, they'll do pretty good damage, like, he can do, like, a mil on a normal if it crits, right? It's so bad, too, that Beast Gohan got the shaft here, because, like, this Orange Piccolo is, like, they built him perfectly. Like, I really have no complaints about him, with other than, like, one link could be changed into Gaze of Respect or something. But, like, really, they did this Piccolo so good. And you get to be an Orange Piccolo, you get to see the unit. Like, it's awesome. Like, it doesn't bother me, really, that it's just a giant transformation. Plus, it'll just be more hype when we do eventually get a standalone Orange Piccolo, or, like, a normal unit Orange Piccolo. I think that'd be fine. There's a lot of possibilities, right? Like, you could have a standard Piccolo that transforms into Ultimate Awakening, that transforms into Orange Piccolo, that transforms into Giant. Like, you could almost have, like, those, like, one transformation per turn type units, right? For Piccolo. But I'm guessing like one of the next big celebrations, maybe within the next year, would be like a standalone Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan. The thing is like everyone's waiting now. When are they going to come out with Beast Gohan? And I feel like it might not be for a while. I really do, because it's not going to be for Anniversary. Like, the next possibility would maybe be the Worldwide Celebration next September, because I feel like they're too big of units to just be like a normal Dokkan Fest. But anyways, there you go, guys. The whole God event absolutely decimated with the same Piccolo team. Full no item run, got it done first try. Let me know what you think of this Piccolo team. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.